United States savings bonds are not taxable, sir. Okay, bye-bye.
Calls like this one have been commonplace at the Luzerne County Assessor's Office. Most involve the personal property tax form. The levy has been on the books for 30 years, but was actively enforced for the first time this year. It calls for a $4 charge on every $1,000 of taxable assets.
Asset value of investments that are held out of state, okay, primarily stocks, bonds, money market accounts, mutual funds, that are held out of state.
Mortgages that are held are also liable for taxation, but mortgages owed to banks are not. Some just don't understand.
And why they picked me, I don't know. And this is one reason I'm down here, to get this straightened out. And it says sign it, which I definitely refuse.
County Commissioner Jim Phillips, who voted for the tax last year, has changed his mind.
It has turned into a complete disaster. It's completely confusing to the people, and I feel now is the time to abolish it and look elsewhere to acquire the $1 million that we need.
But Democrat Frank Crossan says it's too late now.
That the budget should have been increased last year, either expenditures cut or revenues increased. Because we're in a position now that if this tax is repealed, we're going to be $1.5 million short.
The tax may or may not be repealed. As far as the confusion is concerned, the county assessor says simply read the form. Andy Mehalshick, Eyewitness News at the Luzerne County Courthouse.
Friday night and the Fine Arts Fiesta is in full swing. So are music lovers Daphne Gallagher and Judy Montgomery.
What do you think of the band? I love it. How come you're not up dancing? One of the best things about the Fiesta has to be the food. They have absolutely everything you could ever want to imagine here, just as long as you're willing to stand in a pretty long line to get it.
My belly's rumbling. My belly's rumbling.
Just ask John Anstett, who's about 25th in line for some Greek food.
What are you standing in line for?
I'm going to get a chicken pita.
While John waits,
and then we add it to here.
Artist Ginny Conaway finishes her watercolor.
I paint color more than anything else, color, motion, vibrancy. I'm a gardener who used to get depressed in the wintertime. Now I paint my flowers all winter and I no longer get depressed.
Still waiting.
I like that one too.
Plenty of time to shop with Jackie and Cassie.
Just looking for some tie-dye shirts.
Tell me what you like about this.
I don't know. I think it's cool.
Not there yet. Let's talk cuisine with Notice, the Gyro King.
What makes your gyros so wonderful? What's the secret?
It's the original gyro, the Greek one. The original.
Finally.
Can I get a chicken gyro, please?
Chicken gyro, kill the chicken.
A feast in a pita. And the verdict?
Good.
At Wilkes-Barre's Fine Arts Fiesta, Kathy Bozinski, 28 Eyewitness News.
Tilt up to you. Go ahead.
Okay, one bratwurst.
This
right
is the German bratwurst.
And it's very good.
100%
Mustard
veal.
and sauerkraut.
I don't know. Got to get the guys here, though. That's right. Right? There we go. Walk right by me,
Yo, come on, you get two for me.
Right there.
Oh, yeah?
15 months. 15 months.
There's no one else above you. Fill my heart with pleasure.
Go ahead.
How's it spelled? L-Y-N-N?
L-Y-N-D.
Oh. Jay, isn't this thing cool, man?
20 row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 11 times 5.
55.
Add that to...
Corner's good and everything?
Yep, perfect. Yeah, I thought I was supposed to hold that.
You don't even have to. We didn't think, we thought we needed you, but we don't. Yeah, go ahead. I want to see you a little bit. Same angle tone or face you? Bring it down and put it up again. You're my opening shot. Go ahead.
For Dave Evans, shopping at the Wilkes-Barre BiLo is a daily ritual. Today he's stocking up for Thanksgiving, but his days here are numbered.
I love the workers, were very pleasant. The women behind the cashiers, it was always, you could always talk and joke, and that's, you know, gonna miss that.
Evans is among hundreds of people rushing to the supermarket this week to take advantage of a liquidation sale. The sign says everything must go, and they're not kidding. An official closing date has not been set yet, but officials here say this BiLo store will be shutting down in about 4 to 6 weeks.
I'm really sad to see them go. I hope something else comes in here because we can't just deal with one supermarket.
Many customers worry BiLo's closing is another sign of a lagging downtown economy, while others like Kenneth Barnes wonder how people who don't have a car will get their groceries.
I want to know how anybody's going to shop around here because, I mean, from where, the neighborhood I used to live in, this used to be the quickest store to get to. I mean, from Price Chopper and all of that. I mean, that's a lot of bus riding. So my bus drops me right on the corner. I walk across the street and walk right across the street to get back on. So it's like convenient.
Despite loyal shoppers, it seems it wasn't enough to keep BiLo afloat. The liquidation sale is drumming up more business, but it's too little, too late.
Boscov's has been in business on South Main Street in Wilkes-Barre for decades. City Assessor John Anstett says the property value isn't what it used to be.
Yeah, I feel it's assessed too high. And the implied market value that's on the property is too high. And that's why I recommended to council that they reduce the assessment.
But council doesn't want to reduce the assessment. Boscov's currently pays about $75,000 in city taxes. The store wants that number reduced to $31,000 a year. Anstett says Boscov's fought the county's tax assessment in court in 2002 and won, a dangerous precedent for Wilkes-Barre. City Council won't give a reduction itself.
We're suffering financially, and Mr. Boscov needs to see that. And to lower the amount of money, sometimes it's going to hurt us more than it's going to hurt him.
A legal battle between the city and Boscov's is likely next. Both the city attorney and city assessor agree the courts will likely favor Boscov's. City Councilman Jim McCarthy argues Boscov's should get a reduction because it's one of the few businesses downtown. Councilwoman Kathy Kane wants Boscov's to wait to see what the downtown revitalization looks like before asking for lower taxes.
I think if he just worked with the city some and worked with the redevelopment that we're expecting, then I think that's what we're looking for, like to work cooperatively with all of us.
For Pennsylvania Morning, I'm Patrick Frank.
Take a nice bite.
Another one.
Very good. Oh,
Thank you,
delicious.
thank you,
Let's
thank
get
you.
these
Don't
things.
these look
Hold
wonderful?
up, get in there, QT.
Stop by and...
Here is the next number, N30.
Hi. Hi.
I'll take a free thing.
$2.75.
Oh, you're on TV.
This way, right? Oh, there's my top.
That looks good.
I hope it is.
Ellie Belly, what's going on? Give me your money. No charger.
All right, concentrate.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Eyewitness News. We thought we'd give you a little special holiday treat today by taking you behind the scenes and meeting some of the people who are working today and ask them one question. That question is, if you could pick out one person you'd like to have turkey dinner with, who would that person be? Let's see if we can find out. Okay, Kevin, one person.
I think Paris Hilton. She doesn't eat much.
If I could spend Thanksgiving with somebody, it would be my family. I'd rather be with them than be here, but this is the business that we chose, and the news never stops. So happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
I would have to say, if Johnny A is going to be with his family, I'd like to have Thanksgiving dinner with his cat Deuces.
There's only one answer to this question. Let's see what Leo thinks.
I'd spend it with my wife, even though she's not cooking, her parents are.
It would be my fiance, because we always end up working holidays together, so it'd be nice to spend it together at home.
Is he working too?
Yes, he's working right now.
If I could, I wish I could have one more Thanksgiving dinner with my aunt who passed away when I was 13.
My grandmother, she's 93.
Wow, that's impressive. And she's home today and you're working?
Yes, and she's cooking up a storm.
Joe Chestnut. It's gotta be, yeah. I want to see how he can eat a lot of hot dogs and he can eat a lot of other food. I'd like to see how much turkey he could eat.
I can't pick one person, Drew. I would rather be with my family, but I'm happy to be here with my Eyewitness News family.
It would be Aunt Bethany from the Griswolds, from the family vacation. I know it's a different holiday, but she gives a good grace speech, so I can't disagree with her.
Oh, my parents, definitely.
Where are they today?
Out in Connecticut.
If Jerry Garcia was still alive.
This is going to sound sappy, Drew, but I'd like it to be my wife. See, what I'm eating here on Thanksgiving Day is this lovely leftover spaghetti that she made last night. So I'd like to be eating my meal with her, but we'll get together later after the 5 and 6 o'clock shows are done.
Oh, that's easy. I'd pick Emerald Lagasse because it would be so much fun because it'd be like, bam, turkey. Want some pumpkin pie? No problem. Bam, there you go.
I'm going to say, just because the movie's out, I'm going to say Abe Lincoln.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a history buff, so I'm going to go see the movie about Abe Lincoln, a little bit more about him. After that, I'd probably want to sit down and have some turkey with him.
Hot off the press, we shopped our brackets around the office.
So I just pick whatever team I want. Okay.
And yes, we found some that aren't the biggest Hoops fans. And then there are those like our intern Nick, who had 22 games on his DVR at the same time this season.
Michigan has 4 guys that average double figures. Notre Dame has 5.
With a constant rotation of the top spot in the polls, there are bound to be upsets this year, and it's anyone's guess as to which teams will shine and why.
You know why I picked Nova? Because you can't go wrong with right.
Sorry. Biggest upset I have, Ken, is Gonzaga. Gonzaga winning a couple games.
No two had the same answer when we were asking for national champions.
I took Virginia. Is that bad?
I think Kansas is going to win.
But perhaps the most entertaining part of our experiment was finding out why people selected the teams they did.
Believe it or not. Why'd you pick Temple? Oh, I like Owls.
Pick Holy Cross. There's a school in our area called the Holy Cross.
There was really no method behind it other than a couple upsets because you have to have upsets.
Studies have shown that production at work drops during the opening round of the NCAA tournament, and I guess I'm helping those stats before the tourney even begins.
Cal, can you fill out a tournament bracket for me?
I don't wanna.
Cal, I'm working on a story, man.
Yeah, and I'm working on this.